Good day to all the virtual audience and the panelists across the world. We are here for a session called Diaspora's Contribution to Waste Management in India. We will start this session. So, as an introductory note, we have 17.5 million Indian diaspora, and it is the largest in the world. I had the privilege to represent the diaspora in waste management in the PBD, that's the Pravasi Bharat Divas, in 2019. And it was chaired by the Srimati Sushma Swaraj, our late External Affairs Minister. And with the similar kind of the objective, wherein we elicit the support of the Indian diaspora to make sure that waste management, entrepreneurship, and the Swachh Bharat mission is actually propagated in India, and the objectives are met. With that, but during that time, the important aspect which came out was that during the PPD, we had almost about 4 to 5 nations heads as diaspora. So that shows that that's the kind of influence our Indian diaspora has in the world circle. So if even with all that, are we really having the kind of support that is required from the diaspora? Is India leveraging these diaspora's contribution for all our economic development? This is what we would be discussing in this session, and also how this can be taken forward. What are the solutions? So we will be hearing from the Indian diaspora. We have 3 different countries who are represented here. One is Germany, another one is US, and we also have the Australia represented by our chairperson for this session. In fact, Mr. Gopi Shankar, who is from the Victorian Trade Office, he is, I mean, we consider him as the representative not only for Australia, but also for UK, because prior to his engagement here in Victorian Trade Commission, he worked with the UK Trade Commission, and he has been very active in various circles, even with engaging with several waste management companies. He has led several entrepreneurs and investors from India, and also from these 2 countries to India. So he is the, I mean, we're really lucky that we have such a person, and for whom it is not just the Trade Commission and the economics and finance as his forte, but he is also an ardent environmentalist, and also with waste management, he has been very close, and he has done several, I mean, he's at least been talking about it and trying to get entrepreneurship in this field. Over to Mr. Gopi. Welcome.
Thank you, Benisha. Thanks for that very generous introduction. Namaskar, and welcome to this session on the role of the Indian diaspora in managing India's colossal waste management problem. We will discuss, with the help of some very interesting examples from around the world, on how the diaspora can go to contribute to mitigate this challenge before us. Before I go into my opening remarks, I'd like to thank the organizers of the India International Science Festival for this opportunity, and particularly Ms. Benisha, the Executive Director of the International Institute of Waste Management, for inviting me to preside over this session. As Benisha mentioned, India is fortunate to have the largest diaspora in the world. She said 17.5 million. Just to put that in context, Mexico is actually a distant second at 11.8 million, and even China is third at 10 million. So India has got this great asset, which we have actually come to recognize of late. And of course, we've recognized the importance of this asset, but I don't know, as Benisha mentioned, if you're realizing the full potential of this asset to build bridges between India and the countries that they live in, their host countries. Of course, we've come, and those of us who are, have been old enough and, lived long enough to remember the days of 1970s and 80s, when we used to constantly lament about the brain drain. So every time a well-qualified, skilled, talented Indian left the country to seek greener pastures elsewhere, we used to complain about brain drain. Of course, now we've come a long way. Now we are a mature country, we are a strong country, and we actually wish to engage with the diaspora on a different plane. Now we recognize their contributions not only in enriching the social, economic, educational, cultural fabric of the countries of their adoption, but also their critical role in enhancing the image of India overseas. They have come to represent a very important part of India's growing soft power in the world. Of course, it all started in 1991. I think that's where the mindset change happened. We realized that the people who left India could actually contribute to the country's growth in many ways. Of course, many of them returned to India with their expertise and experience gained from overseas stint to set up businesses in India. Of course, that was one straightforward way of doing it. And that was particularly in the tech sector. And they, of course, powered India's rise as this technology, superpower. Today, the sector is worth $190 billion by the way of revenues and contributes $150 billion by the way of exports. Of course, not to forget its contribution by the way of job creation or, overall economic growth. Of course, not only the Indian diaspora returned to set up businesses in India, but it was also instrumental as decision makers in very key organizations to recognize the skilled and technical workforce that India has. I mean, they knew it more than anybody else. And that's what actually, made India a force to reckon with in the tech sector. And my reckoning is that we can actually replicate that across sectors, particularly something as critical as waste management. Of course, while all of us know of the Sundar Pichais and the Satya Nadellas and the Indra Nooyis of the world, we don't, and of course, all the tech entrepreneurs in the Bay Area, we don't quite realize the academic heft of the Indian diaspora. If you look around the world, be it in the US, UK, Europe, and Australia, which, the country that I represent, the Indian diaspora has a very strong presence in the academia and the universities. They punch well above their weight. And it's very important given that in the Western countries, in the developed countries, universities are the place where innovation happens. They are the ones where all the research and development happens. And this places the diaspora in a very unique position. And not only in many ways, they can actually go on to develop solutions that India needs to handle its waste management problem, but they also have access to a lot of innovation and research that comes out of the universities. Of course, when you say they can develop solutions for India, it's just not for India, because India is kind of, the challenges that India faces is very common to another 4 billion people around the world. So anything that you develop for India can, help another 4 billion people around the world. Needless to say, one universal attribute of India's diaspora is entrepreneurial excellence. Wherever Indians have gone, they've actually gone on to excel, not just working for other organizations, but have set up, some of the best businesses in the world. Here we will hear from Indians in the waste management sector from across countries and continents. And, let's see how we can learn from their, journeys and their experience and bring some of that to India to leverage on their, leverage from it to solve our own problems. Now let's go into the session, and I'll come back towards the end to make the closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopi. And in fact, it's good that you've actually mentioned about the research sector, because this is one area where waste management also requires a good amount of research, because this around the world, we still are looking at several recycling technologies. And for Self-Reliant Bharat, I think recycling sector is one area where we can create a lot of jobs. So with that note, we will first hear from the German diaspora, who are, this is a conversation between the Industrial Association and also between two entrepreneurs who are working on waste management and who have links with India. In fact, one of them is already having tie-ups with several industries, waste management industries in India. So over to them.